I think that you can do anything that you set your mind to. Knowledge is something that's acquired. It's the cure for ignorance. I've heard my mother use this term before. I had a thirst for knowledge, and I was enthusiastic about learning anything I could about any subject that you could imagine. I have lived in the North Augusta, South Carolina area all of my life. My father had a feed and seed store in downtown Augusta. He was a dog trainer, a champion skeet shooter, and an avid bird hunter. My mother had been a school teacher. She ended up teaching altogether probably about 40 years. She encouraged education. She encouraged me to read. In November of 1951, my father, my brother Walton, and I, we were in an Army surplus Jeep and were on the way back home. And we were sideswiped by a big truck. My brother and I were unharmed, but we lost our father. And I was 6 years old when he was killed. I mean, I can picture that as though it were yesterday. I guess that's something that just stays with you. After my father died, my brother and I were reared by my mother, school teacher, and I think she did a damn good job. I was reared during the Elvis era. Elvis hit the scene about 1955 and then hit it big in 56. I had to get a ducktail haircut, and I was into rock and roll, and for lack of a better description, I was a wannabe badass. I ended up enrolling in Augusta College. I ended up with a major in English and a minor in chemistry. After I graduated from college, I went into banking. I didn't know jack. I mean, I was so naive, so unprepared. But the reason I got the job was because I tested well. I was smarter than many of them were, but they knew more than I did. There's a difference between intellect and knowledge. I fell in love, got married. We had 2 children. After 3 years in banking, I went into commercial real estate. I did pretty decently in the real estate business. Not great because I was an alcoholic. I was more interested in having a drink than I was in taking care of business. The people that owned a restaurant here in Augusta called the Town Tavern, they asked me if I would take responsibility for the restaurant business. I didn't know a damn thing about running a restaurant, that I would work there and learn the business from the people who owned it. It was the place to go. It was the place for many, many years. During the Masters golf tournament, a number of the players would eat with us. I was also recognized as being the restaurateur of the year for the state of Georgia. And things were rocking along pretty decently at Town Tavern until a group came in and wanted to build a major project immediately next door to us. It was called the Port Royal Project. It was going to be a high-rise condominium project. The construction for that took 18 months. They tore the street up. My sales went from about $1.3 million to $460,000 a year. We barely scraped by. We just eked out an existence. And I was drinking very, very heavily by this time. We closed the tavern. 2 weeks after I do that, my wife serves me with divorce papers. Because of my drinking, she finally had enough of it. I lost my family, I lost my business, I lost my home, I gave that up. I lost everything I had. 2 friends of mine intervened, and in doing so, they saved my life and got me involved with a treatment program that was operated by University Hospital. I got sober and I haven't had a drink since. Then I met a woman that turned out to be the true love of my life, a lady named Rebecca Hilton. We got married in November of 2005. After I sobered up and went through rehab, I was concerned about what kind of condition my brain was in after 30 years of drinking. So I went and did an MBA, and then I was invited to teach in the business school. And I taught a statistics class in a subject matter area called management science. I loved it. I was good at it. In the meantime, Rebecca was quite ill. She died on December the 7th of 2019. Bless her heart. She was an amazing woman. She saved my life. She was the most wonderful thing that ever happened to me. I adored her, and I think she adored me. It was a good relationship, a good marriage. I enjoy sitting out here. When Rebecca was still with us, when she was still teaching, we had some nice cushions out here on all of this stuff. And Rebecca would sit out here and grade papers. I haven't led a perfect life by any means. I spent a great deal of my life as a womanizer and a drunk. But I think in all, I have been a decent person. I always spent most of my life thinking I was on the healthy side. Now, I'm 125 pounds, my muscle tissue has gone away to nothing. I have emphysema. Dr. Ribner, he diagnosed me in 2017 with having a condition called myofibrillar myopathy. It seems like if it's not one thing, it's another. The big mystery in my life is, why am I still here? I mean, I've had ample opportunities to be dead, but I'm not. I don't know why. I keep thinking maybe I'm supposed to do something. Maybe I'm supposed to do something significant for someone. I guess as Forrest Gump said, that's all I have to say about that.